Hey YouTube, welcome back to my channel. This is Canadian Retro. I've got another pickups video for you here. Some of this stuff came from a Goodwill and the rest of it came from a Value Village. So without further ado, I'll jump right into it right now. The first thing that I did was I went to a Goodwill the other day and they had a few games there. So I thought I'd end up picking them up. Nothing super fancy or anything like that, but for the price I figured I would definitely go for it. The first game that I picked up, and it's definitely going to need a replacement case on it because this one's pretty cracked up, is NFL Blitz 2001. Yeah, for the original PlayStation. You know, it looks kind of interesting. It's not one of those, you know, EA kind of titles, which most sports things are nowadays that people actually play. So this is a midway game, so it should be kind of interesting. The disc is in decent shape. It really has this like weird discoloration to it though, so I'll have to figure out what I'm going to do about that. Might just require a cleaning though, really. So yeah, NFL Blitz 2001, that's the first one. For that one I paid $2. The next one that I picked up seems like a interesting game. It's a budget title, but I've watched some gameplay footage of it. It actually looks pretty interesting. Just because it's a budget title doesn't mean it's necessarily bad. So this is the game right here that I picked up. It's Starfighter Sandvane, and this is actually factory sealed. It even has a hang tab on the back of it that's never been used. So that's pretty cool right there. It's sort of like a space shooter kind of thing, but it's like in a 3D space, and it's timed. So you have a certain amount of time to do the different levels and take on the bosses and stuff like that. And if you run out of time, I guess you're out of luck. That's kind of the idea behind it. Really simple title, but something that's definitely worth checking out. And then the last PlayStation title that I picked up from that Goodwill is in really decent shape actually, as far as the condition of it goes. The disc is really beautiful, in fact, and it's this game right here. It's Maximum Force. This here can be used with a light gun or the D-pad, not the D-pad, the you know, the game controller. So that's pretty cool right there, PlayStation 1 title. For that one as well, I paid $2. Another title that I picked up, just because it was so cheap, not even really that interesting to me, but I thought I'd pick it out anyways. It's College Football USA 96 for the Sega Genesis EA Sports title. This here was 99 cents, so it was originally $4.04 and then they dropped it down to 99 cents because I think they were trying to get rid of it and nobody was buying it. Definitely not for $4, but it's in this previously played kind of, I don't know what you call it here, like a packaging, not original packaging, so that'll come out and go on the shelf. But that's pretty cool right there. For that one, like I said though, I paid 99 cents. These other things actually came from a Value Village. Pretty good haul today. One particularly interesting item. All the items that I'm going to show you here, I'll tell you the prices that they're listed on, or rather they were asking for them. But understand that I used a 30% off coupon. So when I update the prices for these, I'll put the updated price rather than the price that I'm calling out. So I'll read what's on the labels here, but actually it's 30% off, and I'll do all the math later when I do the editing here to tell you exactly what I paid for it. The first title that I picked up, the first one I saw when I went in there, is this one right here, and I'm happy to add this into my collection. It's Ratchet Clank Up Your Arsenal, and for this one here I paid $3.99. The only downside to this is that it's missing its manual, but I'm sure I can come across that at some point here. The disc is in really good shape actually, it almost looks brand new. So really pleased with this find. I've got a few Ratchet Clank type games, but I'm pretty sure I didn't have this one in my collection, so really happy to add this one in. So yeah, it was $4 a game, you know, with 30% off. When I went over to their glass case, things got a little more interesting actually. Over there they had a number of Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Color, Game Boy games, all kind of in this one bag. Now they're priced individually, but they were just kind of storing them in a bag because I think there were so many of them. They also had a red Game Boy Advance SP, which I already have the exact same model of it, and this one was not as good a shape as the one that I have, so I left it behind because I wasn't really that interested in it. But I did, on the other hand, pick up a few of the titles that they had in the bag. I probably should have picked up a few more. There were some pretty good titles in there, but I didn't want to go too nuts on it. So these are the ones that I ended up picking up. The first one that I'll show you here is Lego Star Wars for the Game Boy Advance. And this one here, it was priced at $6. So I ended up picking that one up. Not necessarily completely worth with the price they were asking for it, but again, with 30% off, not too bad at all. The next one is a pretty cool title. It's for the Game Boy. It's Burger Time Deluxe. And that one there, they priced it out at $2. So for that and 30% off, I couldn't turn that one down. The next one is a pretty cool game for the Game Boy Advance, and interestingly enough, it's priced a lot cheaper than the other one, so I don't know where they got their pricing for all these from, because they're really totally whacked out. But like before, you know, this Star Wars game, they priced this one for $6, and then this rather valuable game, or somewhat valuable game, they priced way lower than that, and it's Kirby the Amazing Mirror. For Game Boy Advance, and for this one they only wanted 99 cents, so 99 cents with 30% off. And then finally, for the handheld type of stuff there, I picked up another game, and it came in one of these card cases here, and this is a pretty awesome title. The price was not necessarily stellar, but with 30% off it made it definitely worth it, and it would have been worth it anyways even at this price. But you know, they kind of know what's going on, I think, with this retro stuff now, because they're starting to price things out. I think I just sort of caught them slipping on that Kirby game. But this one here is Pokemon Red. And for that one they wanted $9, but again with 30% off. So that's really cool. I don't necessarily know if I'm going to hold on to this cartridge. I'll probably end up trading it. We'll see though. I'm actually waiting for the Retron 5 to come out so I can get that hooked into my system here and just see which things I want to keep and which things I want to get rid of as far as like the handheld titles that I have. But I'm not a huge Pokemon guy. I was a little too old for that when it sort of started up. So, you know, it doesn't hold like a special place in my heart the way it does for other people, and other people really will continue to pay out for that game. So I'll probably end up trading it off and getting some things that I really want in my collection. But again, yeah, Pokemon Red with the hard case for $9, not too bad of a deal at all. The next thing that I'll show you is a little bit beat up, but kind of cool, and I'll give you a little preview of what it is right now.
I'd like an Atari 2600 system, please, and everything that goes with it.
Everything? You sure you want everything?
I want everything.
Now you get a new low price, up to $30 in rebate offers, and a free pack.
Is that everything?
It's not everything. You can get nearly 300 different cartridges.
300?
That's nothing.
It's something.
But it's not everything. Soon there'll be a voice module, trackball, remote control joysticks, and a computer keyboard.
It's amazing.
It's amazing, but it's not everything.
It's not everything.
Soon there'll be educational games, too.
Is that everything?
That's everything. For now.
For now?
The Atari 2600.
Now get up to $30 in rebate offers plus a free Pac-Man.
Alright, so if you haven't figured it out right yet, it's an Atari 2600. Complete in the box. Now this box is extremely beat up. You can see this flap here is pretty much totally wrecked. But it's a complete system, and it's boxed, but like I said, the box is just completely knackered, but whatever. For that they wanted $60, but again with 30% off, so I'll put that price up above, and I'll get into opening this up and showing you what's inside here. In this there came 2 of the paddle controllers, and actually somebody's like gone to the extent of twist tying them back together. These are in great shape, like there's no scratches or anything on them. They look hardly used at all. They look basically brand new, which is super wicked. They feel like they work. I don't ever remember actually using paddle controllers before. This is the first time I think I've ever touched these types of paddle controllers, but I think they feel like they should work, so that's pretty cool right there. Also in the box are 2 of the regular joysticks. That's pretty cool there. I'll probably never really end up using these joysticks on this system, just because I hear that you can hook up a Sega Genesis controller to it, and I think that's definitely more preferable to these joysticks, but they feel really good. Like, they feel responsive, they feel tight, so pretty happy with that. Again, in pretty good shape, only a few scuffs and things like that on them. Pretty awesome right there. Also in the box is the actual console. Now it's a little bit dusty, but otherwise it's in pretty pristine condition. Just needs to be cleaned up. Basically, I haven't tested this to see that it works, but pretty cool nonetheless. It's been a long time since I've actually touched one of these systems. My aunt and uncle used to have one at their house, and when I went over, I would play that. Back in the day, I never had one of these as a kid. So, pretty cool. I don't totally know what I'm planning on doing with this system, because I generally don't collect for anything that's below NES in age. But this thing's just so cool with the wood paneling and everything like that. I might just have it out on display, even if I don't really end up collecting much for this system. Also in this box, there were 3 different power packs for them. And there looks like the original Atari one. I have this feeling though that this one probably doesn't work, because inside the person also had another power pack which has no branding on it at all, I don't think, and it doesn't look similar to this one. They are in size and everything, but it's definitely not an Atari one. But again, it's the same kind of end on it right there, so you know, that's pretty cool. And then finally there's this sort of multi-universal AC adapter kind of thing. It has that same end on it right there that this one has, and it can be set, so that was also included in there. So basically those are all my pickups that I got in the last couple days here. Pretty cool. Again, like I said, I don't know what I'm going to do necessarily with that Atari system. I might end up trading it out and hopefully getting something cool for my own collection. But, you know, they were asking a pretty serious price on there, $60, so I had to debate it a little bit whether or not I wanted to actually pick this up. I'm glad I did though. I do have to test it out and see that it works, and it doesn't really have the right kind of things for hooking it up right now, so I'll have to figure out something out around that. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. Feel free to comment down below, subscribe as well if you haven't already. Feel free to thumbs up this video. Thank you again for watching, and I will see you all later.